glad y'all tuned in. We about to get the show started. Yeah. Dr. Clyde Winters and Yoshi. Then and now. We talking about back in the day and right now. Yeah.
Now let's introduce Yoshi-Mod the genius and Dr. Clyde Winters, the godfather of research.
What up, though? What up, though?
Peace. What's happening, family?
You looking at the brother, the deepest brother. This side of the that fitness stage, baby. We looking at the genius.
Yoshi. What's up? And then hey, we got the world renowned, the one you love the most, the one your parents love, the one your kids is digging, the grooviest dude in America, the grooviest dude in the whole universe, Dr. Clyde Winters. Yeah. Let's give a round of applause to the brother. Yeah. World renowned.
This is a very momentous occasion because a lot of people, they've been calling me. They have been calling me ever since last week. They said, Dr. Winters, what is that ish? I said, what are you talking about? They said, last week you had that young brother on there, Yoshi-Mod. Where's this stuff coming from? I said, we don't call him the genius for nothing. Can you explain why you got that genius style? Can you explain it?
Come on, man. I've learned from the greats. Okay, I went to Baba Winters research class, phenomenon. Learn how to research, learn how to do it for myself, learn how to write a book report, I got a book written because I took this class. Dr. Clyde Winters have opened up my eyes and really showed me what it means to be B1. Because I didn't hear anybody was speaking about being B1 before I heard Dr. Clyde Winters. And man, if it weren't for you, man, with all that research you did and the books, I got your books right here. I want to show everybody the books I got. I got more, man. I got a whole bunch of books. I'm reading through which one right here? Blacks in Europe right now. So I'm going through Blacks in Europe, and then I want to hit up with Atlantis in Mexico. So thank you, Baba Winters, for them books. He keeps your mind stimulated. So that's why I'm the genius, is because Baba Winters and many other scholars gave me the opportunity to do what I could do best. I mean, y'all seen the introduction? Yeah, Baba Winters helped me out with that. Yeah, that's from him. That's all that energy he gave me. He was like, man, we need something spicy and special. So that's what we put together.
Thank you for giving the old man some credit. But no,
that's you, man. That's you.
I just the thing is this is the beauty of Yoshi-Mod. If you ask him to do a task, he's gonna get it done. I wish you guys could see his promotion that he did for Marie Antoinette, for her Christmas album. It is fantastic. It is beautiful. Could you show it? By the way,
can you go if I can pull that up?
Yeah.
That should be on Instagram. I think Marie Antoinette.
I know it's on your site.
Yeah, it's on my site. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta look for it. I'm gonna look for it in the meantime.
Okay. How you doing? Go travel abroad. JP, what up? What up? What up? Glad to see you guys in the house. You know. And so like you said, is that the thing is this, is that Yoshi-Mod makes some beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful. I mean, you guys, you're gonna have to go to his site. You're gonna have to go to his site, and you're gonna have to, in a sense, try to check it out and get some of his music. This is kind of, thank you very much. Go Travel Abroad. Thank you for this.
What's up, Go Travel Abroad? What's up?
Yes, Baba. That changed so many lives by awakening that dialogue with the divine. You're also something.
Thank you.
Go Travel Abroad. She wrote a book called The Mother's Womb.
Baba go hard.
She wrote a book called The Mother's Womb. She wrote it for the ladies. But I read her book, and when you grow up, you have a little anger towards your mom because your moms want to make you do this and make you do that. And what I liked about Go Travel Abroad's book, the Mother's Wound, is that it allowed me to work out some problems that I had, some things that it was trauma I was carrying, and I didn't really realize the trauma. So Go Travel Abroad, thank you for talking about the class, but also thank you for giving me a tool, giving me a tool in a sense to really help me to find out how to become all that I could be, because we need this stuff. We need this stuff,
And the link out there.
Yeah.
Travel Abroad. Put your link out there for your book.
Yeah, put your link in the thing. Let's see.
I got the video up.
Let's check this out. Damn. Hey. Where's my copy? Where's my copy? Damn. Family. Hey. You guys, if you've been following me for the past 3, 4, 5 months, when I put his commercial up, you be thinking that I'm playing. I'm not playing. We do not call Yoshi-Mod the genius for nothing.
Appreciate
this
it.
Man, this man will make your site, make whatever you doing, make it.
Come on. I got y'all. I'm gonna keep it B1. Hey, y'all say keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it B1 all the way. I'm gonna keep it B1 all the way, man, all the way. Let's get it. Thank you, man.
Well, I know you guys. You're here tonight, and just as Go Travel Abroad said, it's Sunday night at the dinner table with Baba and brother Yoshi. Yes, sirs.
Wow,
we're here to talk about the gangs. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my experience with the gangs, and I'll come in and out. When I was growing up, when I was about 10 years old, my brother died, and so my brother died, and my mother said that he had probably got killed because they were out there doing some gang banging and some other stuff like that, and so I grew up hating the police. But it was not until this past December, when I was at my sister's birthday, I told my kids and everybody, I told them how the police beat my brother in the head with a billy club, and that's why my brother died. I told my sons this. I've been talking about this for years. I told everybody that. And then when I talked to my brother, he said what really happened, he didn't die in no gang fight. He didn't die from the police hitting him. He had died because my brother Butch, he was a twin. And then when, they had played some basketball, and then when they was leaving, one other guy said, "Hey, catch you later, knucklehead." And so then, in a sense, he didn't know that my brother, because he was a twin, it didn't close up. Every time when you're born, one side of the skull go over the other side of the skull, then it heals. But because my brother was a twin, he died. And so I said to myself, here I am, 73 years old. 73 years old. That means for 10 years, 63 years, I was telling everybody the police had killed my brother because they was in a gang fight. And it was a lie. And I felt very bad because I've been living this falsehood. But see, you can only go off what your parents tell you. So that's what my mother thought. And so then, and so my brother said my mother wouldn't let him explain and all that type of stuff. You know how people were back in the day. Back in the day when I was growing up, you didn't talk back to your mama. You didn't talk back to you definitely didn't talk back to your grandma. And whatever they said was law. Mm-hmm. But the gangs back then, they had gangs in Chicago. But those gangs back when I was a little kid, these were gangs, these are just gangs where people in the community, a few boys in the community, they felt in the sense that they might get together and throw a little fisticuffs. That was the way it was. Because I tell you, when I was in school, hey, it wasn't nothing to be throwing up some fists, and you learn to fight. Your father.
So it wasn't nothing like on Beat It, where they had where the gangs meet up and they tie each other on with it. Wasn't nothing like that. We talking real deal. Yeah, explain. Yeah, go ahead.
They got that from the movies and stuff. So it was cool when I was little, but then when I got to be a teenager, a new phenomena came up. My parents, they came up to Chicago in the 1950s and 1930s and 1940s. My father came up after the war. And so then after World War II. And so they were very well established. They had jobs, nice homes. But then a lot of people began to migrate to Chicago in the 60s. And a lot of these kids, they came straight from the South and they wanted to try to make some money. And so what they did is that the Catholic Church, the two major gangs that occurred at that time was the Blackstone Rangers and the Disciples. They called themselves, the Motown Disciples back then. Then they went to different disciple gangs. But see, what was very interesting.
BDs, right?
Yeah, BDs, like
BDs. Okay.
But they called it. But each clique had their own name. Like around my house, they was Motown Disciples, but they were still disciples because they were all organized. See, back then, each gang had what was called literature. And the literature was supposed to be the traditions of their particular gang. They also had, I know you've seen where the Jews had that Star of David and all that type of stuff.
Right.
Well, each gang had their own star. One gang had six points, another one had 5 points. They had literature, all that type of stuff. But see, the interesting fact about this is that at the same time the disciples was being in a sense groomed in Inglewood on the south side, on Drexel, which is also on the south side of Chicago, the Blackstone Rangers was being groomed too, and they were being groomed by priests of the church. What? Yeah. Nah. They were being groomed by priests of the church. One in Inglewood and the other one in Woodlawn. See, and so then back then I didn't think about it back then. But as I got older, I said, damn, that was planned. It was planned by the police. See, because every year, even up to today, every year a train stops on the south side. And somehow the kids attack the train and they get guns. You see, like when I was growing up, I forgot the name of the British guy. He would give everybody guns. See, just about a lot of gangbangers had guns because see, when I grew up, when I got about 14 or 15, I knew how to make a zip gun. Get some wood, you get a pipe. Make sure you when you get the pipe, make sure you sand it real good. So when the bullet come out, it won't backfire on you. So you had to sand the pipe real good. get you some
On
wood.
the inside.
Yeah, on the inside, you know.
Okay.
And so then you get a real big rubber band, and then you get a nail. Then you get a 22 bullet. Put that sucker in there, pull that thing, bam, baby. But again, everybody knew how to make a zip gun, man.
Oh, look, this is what y'all was doing in Chicago?
I was a neutron. So that's what they did. But see, when the Blackstone Rangers and Disciples came up, they had real guns. Because see, they would always have a train that would stop always every year, even up to this day. A train would stop on the south side, and somehow the gangbangs would know, and the train would be full of guns. And they would go get the guns, yeah. You know, so these gangs of Blackstone Rangers and the Disciples, they both had literature. They were both founded by the Catholic Church. But the interesting thing about this is that these were the gangs that began the colors. You know, red for the Blackstone Rangers, and blue for the Disciples. What about gangs in Houston?
Yeah.
No, they were.
So the blue wasn't no Crips, like you said. So they just took on that color. So it wasn't no Crips and no Bloods when it was the BDs and
the Blackstone Rangers.
Right, and the Blackstone Rangers. So no Crips and no Bloods.
They spread the gangs to LA, New York. They spread the gangs. That's how the colors got started. Blue, red. Then the hats, left side, right side, stuff like that.
So in Houston, gangs started initially in Harlem Clark. Is from what I've seen and what I've learned in the 1970s, it was in Harlem Clark, and it was and Missouri City. So Harlem Clark and Mo City, it was the Hoovers. So the Hoovers came over here and started it over there. And then Northeast Houston, we have Fifth Ward, Cashmere Gardens, and you have a couple of gangs that started over there. It branched out over there and went around different various parts of Houston. So in Houston, we had the Crips, the Bloods, the MS-13, the Latin Kings, the Hoovers, the Pyrus, Black Disciples. We even have the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas. I ain't came across them. I ain't trying to. They got the Cowboy Mafia, Dallas Crime Family. They're down here. The Golf Cartel. It's so many gangs out here. When I grew up, I only knew about Bloods, Crips, and the Cholos. The Cholos were the Mexican gangs out here, and they wore yellow. And I always known for them to kind of set trip and be like kind of crazy and stuff, because they would kind of just react. The Bloods and the Crips out here, when you meet a real Blood and Crip from California, it's more of a like how I said in our last show, a coat they put on. It's like an image. It's something that it ain't no portrayal, because some of them grew up into it, but down South Houston wasn't gangbanging. We was more drugs and cars. So sipping syrup, sipping lean, and swangers and all that, it was real slow. So when gang banging came out here, and a lot of the Crips was out here, it was kind of different for them. It was a slow pace, so it didn't pick up too quick. So whenever gang members say that a certain part of Houston has been taken over by a gang, a lot of them refer to it as the city being weak. Ain't that something? Because they say if the city is strong enough, the city would keep its culture and gang wouldn't be the main influence. But if the city is weak, then the gang can infiltrate that city and just take over. Or like how we talked about earlier, trains being actually attacked by the government. So in Houston, we have a lot of gangs going on. between the different areas in Houston and the north side. So I don't really deal with the north side, because every time on the news in Houston, you hear somebody randomly shot on the north side. Gangs in my hood, like I said, I knew the Bloods and the Crips and the Cholos when I was like in middle school. High school, I start seeing BDs, GDs, different kinds of Crips, Hoover Crips, any ABKs. You had the Bloods, the bounty hunters. The ABKs are anybody killers. The bounty hunters are, I hung around with these guys that really killed. Looking in their eyes, you can feel the sense that they took a life. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all out there, but you can kind of sense that. And a lot of them have spoken to me and kind of laced me up on how and why they became who they became and what got them in this situation. And a lot of times it be trauma, it be family abandons, it be people looking for love in the streets that they can't find from their house. I met real cool homeboys, Dr. Clyde, like, man, real smart, educated gangbangers. Knew a lot about the system, the solar system, stars, can name the stars, can look at the planets, line them all together, the constellations, talk about the pyramids in Egypt when I didn't even know about it, knowing nobody kicking none of that stuff. So as a youngster, it can look pretty tight, right? Because your family ain't kicking this, but in the hood, they kicking it. And you kind of be like, man, I want to learn that. Well, in order to learn this, cuz, or in order to learn this blood, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, lock in. You gotta, you gotta get blessed in or whatever, so you put your knuckles up. Like Pac said, I got my back against the fence. Hands are, ready to knock out any sucker until they come to me and watch them fall, so we boxing. And what does that symbolize? I seen homeboys that get initiated look like me, come out looking like your boy Martin Lawrence, man, in that boxing match, but they all locking and what up, man, he in there, they celebrating and stuff. I guess I'd rather beat each other up than you go kill somebody. But yeah, that's what I know about gang banging in Houston, man. And I got a story I'm gonna tell you later about how a friend of mine had a near-death experience over gang banging, how he got stabbed. And I want to break it down to y'all about ABKs and bounty hunters, man. These are real deal. I didn't know it was levels to this shit, man. Hey, there's levels to this shit, man. It gets deep, yeah. I know you know about the pyramids and stuff, man. Yeah.
How you doing, Karen Benzin, Black Lyron? What up, though? Wendy Julian. Wow. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to the program. And Zachary.
B1.
What
Zachary,
up? What up? But okay, so see, you talked about two or three different periods. Okay, like when I was a teenager, chemistry, black magic. What up? Again, and what you guys up to? But anyway, what happened is this: that when I was a teenager in 1966, that's when the gangs became very powerful, very powerful. Mm-hmm. But see, the thing about the Blackstone Rangers and the Disciples is back at that time they didn't have any real initiation where they had to whip your ass. What they did back then, you were able to join the gang if you killed somebody.
Oh.
So if you killed somebody, so the thing is this: is that you could be riding the bus. They'll get up on. We had public transportation called CTA. They'll shoot you at the corner, shoot you at the bus stop, man. Sometimes they're running to school, pop, throw a few up, pop it up. It was like terrorism. I remember me and my friend Jay Hop. Yeah, me and my friend Jay Hop, we was going down the street to see this girl because she's supposed to be free-hearted, but she wasn't. So we was coming back. So these guys, they came up and so they said, stone to the bone. I said, Jay Hop, don't say nothing. They said, "Stone to the bone." And then J-Hop said, "D-Dang." Next thing you know, man, these guys went under. They had long coats. They came up because back then they used to wear the hats like if you've seen the Untouchables, they were hats like the Untouchables with long coats.
Right.
Came up, man. The guy came up with a shotgun. Pow! Man, we hauled some ass. Like I was okay, but he got shot in the back that night. He didn't die. But then another time we was up at Revis. That was the high school before I got to junior high. We was around in 6th. We had to be in 5th or 6th. No, we was in high school at that time. But anyway, we was up at Revis playing basketball. This guy named Lloyd went up to take a shot. They said, "B-Day, Black Stone." They blew his head off, man.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
So this what you grew up around with?
I was on the Neutron Street. I lived on Prairie. I lived on Evans, and then on Langley. On Langley was the Disciples, and then 5 blocks over were the Blackstone Rangers. So they would come to my street to shoot people and shit.
Nah, it wasn't that bad over there. God dang.
So then you had these people, man. They shoot you, man. So many times in a sense, man. I would come down the street. If you walk down an alley, then somebody put a gun in your face. Hey, nigga, you gonna join the Blackstone Rangers, Disciples, whoever. I said, so I used to say, man, I'm gonna go to college and be a lawyer. When I come back and be a lawyer, I'm gonna make sure I take care of you. I'm gonna make sure, man, that I'm gonna be your lawyer. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be able to talk that talk, get you out of jail. That saved me a couple of times. Right. Then another, I had about 5 or 6 guns in my face. Another time, a guy put a gun in my face, and I was just peeved off. So I said, this is it. I said, motherfucker. I said, if you pull that trigger and you miss, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And then so, cause see, I could do that back then because see, back then they didn't want to shoot you in the face. They didn't want to see your face. Nowadays, if I tell some of these young kids, they've been playing all these video games, they'd love to shoot you right between the eyes.
They'll go right at it. No hesitation.
Yes,
you become an op real quick.
And so then we had that, but then what happened? So at that time it was a lot of the games. But see, what happened is that the Jamaicans, they started, in 1968. In 1968, I think it was at President Nixon's inauguration, they invited the Blackstone Rangers.
Why?
They was hooked up. The Blackstone Rangers was at the inauguration. That's to just show you. Like I tell you, man. Now that I'm older, now I feel that was just the white man way to destroy the community, But see, by that time we was rioting. By that time, Black Power was building up in the hood.
Okay.
So then I think, in a sense, they felt that the gangs could destabilize. So then, by the 1970s, the Jamaicans, they brought in crack, And the Jamaicans, you had to admit that the Jamaicans were very innovative. Yeah.
So the Jamaicans brought in crack.
Yeah, they brought in crack.
Wow. In Chicago. Wow.
The whole country, man.
You saying Jamaicans brought in crack? Who invented crack? You saying
the Jamaicans? The Jamaicans.
So the Jamaicans invented crack. The Jamaicans brought it over here.
Yeah, and see, they were the most. The Jamaicans were so inventive. They were so inventive because see, what made the Jamaicans what made the Jamaicans so inventive is that they gave you the rock, and then you had a ready-made plastic container to blow it to smoke it, man. Wow. And so what happened after that? Because see, we already had, in a sense, some heroin and marijuana. You see, the Italians, they controlled the marijuana. And so what they did is that they got the gangbangers to sell the marijuana. See, back in the 70s and the 80s, the only way that you could sell drugs, you had to be affiliated with a gang. But see, in Chicago, the disciples, they was always just mainly troublemakers.
Really?
Yeah, they were mainly just troublemakers, a lot of trouble shit. Some of them would sell a little bit, but see, the main people who were selling drugs was the Blackstone Rangers, Four Corner Hustlers, Latin Kings. They was all under the red. They was all under the red.
But you said that the Italians were
they did the marijuana.
They did the marijuana, and if we know by history that, like they said, the gangsters who kind of created a lot of this drug and liquor, alcohol stuff, were bootlegging, were a lot of them, right?
Except for crack.
Foreign folk. Except for crack. Yeah. So they kind of brought that game. If we start with them, you can see the kind of when you say you have to know somebody to know somebody. So to start it, you have to know one of them. So one of the Italians, to get that front on marijuana, to get in the game, just like you got to know to get a kilo, you got to know a cartel. So you got to know somebody in the game deep. Wow.
Yeah, because remember it was the rich white folks who had the money to kind of sponsor you to go get the dope.
Right.
But nobody ever tell on them because you're gonna be hooked up. See,
planes and boats cost money, y'all. Sure.
That's right. And so then what happened is, because I think it was some woman who was able to make a connection with the Mexicans, but that was way in the 80s, late 80s and stuff. So anyway, then by the 70s, you started seeing a lot of people join the gangs. Because see, a lot of people, you had to look at it from this perspective. A lot of women started going to work.
All right.
A lot of women started going to work. A lot of, as I told you, when I was growing up, there was always a man around the crib, mainly an uncle, cousin, something. Mm-hmm. But see, what happened in the 70s is that a lot of the men, no man was in the house, and mama was working. So then a lot of the kids, they started gravitating to the gangs, because that's when the gangs started talking that family shit. We all family. You join.
Yeah, that's what I talked about earlier. Yeah. Right, you're right. Where they looking for that love in the streets, looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. You're right about that. Okay.
And so then they wanted to join the family. Because see, they felt in a sense that was a way that they could get a surety. Because see, in 1969, I went away to college down in Urbana. So I didn't come back to Chicago till 73, 74. And by that time, the gangs were totally different. By that time, the gangs was mainly into the hustle, But the thing is that I really didn't learn about the hustle until I was teaching in Division I in county jail. That's where they put all the murderers and stuff. So that's when that's when I met a lot of big time.
So you seen all this in the streets, growing up, having guns put up in your face, seeing how gangs infiltrated your neighborhoods. You seen how the dope infiltrated your neighborhoods. You got out a lot of that nonsense by telling gang members that you're gonna be a lawyer. And then you ended up working in the prison, you say, right?
I was Division I, but see what happened is that you had a choice. Like I said, the gang started really pumping around 66. But then by 67, 68, Black Power. So I was Black Power plus by
the Panthers,
60,
right?
Yeah. And see, plus by 67, I joined the football team. So I mean, hey, you gonna mess with the football team? We're gonna fuck you up.
No.
So I had a gang
of your own.
I had a gang, but not a gang.
Yeah.
We didn't have any guns. But the thing is that they knew that we was, they knew okay, you do something, we're gonna retaliate. So then I was playing football. So then I didn't have too much trouble then, except if I went to the wrong neighborhood. See, back then, man, if you went to see a girl or something, you had to be very careful. You couldn't go around the hood, like I said. Man, they'd come on the bus, stone dang, de-dang, bam, bam, bam. And then they start running, because see, that's how they joined the gang.
Like cowboys, Western movies.
That's right. So then by the 80s, that's when everybody started selling stuff. Back then, some of the gangbangers, They would buy jackets and they would buy nice, Jordans and all that type of stuff. This is it. If somebody, I was teaching on the west side at that time, and so then this is it. Is that if somebody would rob you, they would steal your jacket, they would steal your shoes, but they wouldn't touch that money. Cause see, if you touch that money, they cap you, and what they call the cap, they shoot you in the kneecaps. That's why a lot of people up in Chicago, a lot of people in their late 40s and 50s are in nursing homes now and in wheelchairs. That's what happened when they got capped.
Oh, I thought it was a pimp walk. I thought they had the pimp walk going on with the strut. So they all got shot in their knee.
Yes, sir. You mess with.
At Yoshi-Mod Productions, we're here to take your brand and creativity to new heights. From EPKs to AI commercials, animated music commercials to animated AI bios, book covers to picture flyers, and so much more, we've got you covered. Our team is dedicated to delivering high-quality, cutting-edge designs that leave a lasting impression. And for our valued clients, we offer exceptional creativity, a customer-centric approach, and work that reflects the latest trends and technologies. Just about making art, we're about creating experiences. Your brand, your vision, our artistry. Professionalism and reliability are the cornerstones of everything we do. We're more than a service, we're your creative partners. If you're ready to make your brand shine, look no further than Yoshi-Mod Productions. Join us in the journey of creativity. Contact us today and let's make your vision a reality.
You mess with those people money, man. That was it. When I was teaching in county jail, man, those guys, they talk about all the cars they had, all that type of stuff, And back then, like it was like if you was a scary woman. When I was teaching in the Division I, if you was a scary woman, what they would do is that they would turn you into a prostitute. And what they would do is that this is what the ladies told me. Now I wasn't up there in the tier. And so what they said is that a lot of times the guards they don't be watching. So a lot of times they would put a cup up on the table, and then a woman would get up there. Cover your children's ears. Anybody got your kids around, cover their ears. And so then what they would do is that the woman they would put a cup on the table, then a woman would get up there, and then that scary woman who wouldn't fight, they would make her perform oral sex on the woman on the table. Then they'll get another woman jump up there, and then they put the money in there, But see, that was back in the 80s. Now most of the time when people go to jail, they be a lesbian for a while or they be gay for a while.
Right.
So it's complicated.
Yeah, it seemed like there's a connection between jail and homosexuality. It's almost like I heard a story about actually BG. If any of y'all know who BG is, Cash Money, he just got out, but he made a song a while ago, and it was about a dude being tough on the block. And he was like around there killing, shooting people and, doing some gangster stuff, being that hitman and never fighting. Went to jail, ain't got no gun. Left him with his hands, and he ended up being somebody's BI. You dig what I'm saying? So when he ended up coming back out, he tried to infiltrate the hood again, acting like he'll still at G with the gun, but everybody know he been molested in jail, and now he was around the hood terrorizing people and raping them. So that's a song. I don't know the name of it. Y'all go find that. Y'all check that out. But we get a lot of stories in Houston from New Orleans and from Louisiana because they have been infiltrated by gangs big time. And hearing about different blocks, different wards, you can't come over here. different streets. It go from gangs to street territory, not even a gang. Where you from? I'm from Ninth Ward. Oh, nah, Woody. We ain't, and it's kind of wild like that. The branch off. It's almost like it went from colors to protecting, to being one with everybody else, to, with your members, to now it's just blocks. Nah, homeboy, you gonna rep this block. Yeah, but you a Crip. Well, what I gotta be doing with, but you hustle here too. So protect this block. You see what I'm saying? So it's like how you said, the money thing, they don't touch that money.
Yeah.
They don't touch that money.
But but the thing is this, is that it's weird things, because see, if you see two people, if you see 3 or 4 people from different gangs hanging around each other, you don't want to be around them, because you know what that means. That means they're stick-up men. Yeah, because only stick-up men from different gangs will stick together, And see, never trust a stick-up man. Just like when I was teaching in county jail, the guys always told me, they said you cool, because since we was in Division I in the school, I used to work for the Safer Foundation. We could be over there sometime, doing a little boxing. I'm in there. How old was I then? I was about 30. I was about 40. I boxed. They didn't know how to box. I know how to box. They knew how to do this.
They know how to box.
And so they said, they said you cool. They said you cool, Clyde. I don't think I would rob you out in the street. I said to myself, you'll fuck me up. But anyway, man, come on now, man. No. They got game, I got game. So, but they did tell me, they said, Clyde. They said whenever you see a car with 3 guys in it, if you see a car with 3 guys coming, look at them. Don't stare, but look at them. You see, because they said that if we drive past you and you don't pay attention, we feel you don't see us. They said that's why we like to rob women who got their head down, because we feel that that woman got her head down, she can't identify us. Because how's she gonna identify us? See? Wow. Yeah.
Wow,
oh man,
the mind tricks, man. The
thought
trick. Put behind it. The thought put behind it, man.
One Christmas, one of the guys said, "Oh damn, Clyde." I said, "What up, man? What's going on?" I said, "Clyde, they robbed my lady. They robbed my lady. Took her Christmas money." I said, "They robbed your lady?" I said, "But you used to rob. You was robbing people. Damn, that's different, man. God was with me. Get the fuck out of here." I'm sorry, family. You guys got to excuse Dr. Winters' language, because we talking streetish now. I didn't say Swedish. I didn't say French. I said streetish. And so then, man, it was a trip, man. It was a trip. These guys, but I can see it all coming, because see the European, by the simple fact the Blackstone Rangers and the disciples, they was being programmed and groomed by these priests. Man, these Catholic priests was grooming them. The Blackstone Rangers
said that.
Yeah, the Blackstone Rangers got to go to Nixon's inauguration. They was getting guns. I couldn't get a gun, But I'll admit, just about everybody had it. My father hunted, so he had about 4 or 5 rifles up in the crib. But I didn't have the heart to go shoot somebody like that. I didn't have the heart, and all my brothers. By that time, my oldest brother, he was in the Navy. I mean, he was in the Army, and the brothers under me was little. So all around me was my sisters. So I had 4 sisters that was, in their teens and stuff like that. Okay. So I mean, hey, I didn't have no fight. My sister get mad, She had a birthday, so she hate me to tell her grandkids. I said, hey, did you know your grandma used to be a Motown disciple? Clyde.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow. There's history in that. There's history in it then.
Yeah, see,
it's passed down.
And so then, man, she could throw them nubs. She could go back down to the ground and come up. Wow! I said, damn, Mabel, you was uplifted.
Well, hey, hey, speaking of that, what about the dancing? I always found that funny because they'll shoot you, but they'll also dance. And I see how they do it now. It's almost like Fortnite. You know, like the Fortnite games where they running around, they'll shoot you and kill you, and then and they'll dance over you, you know. And I see that with the Crips and the Bloods, and I don't know if the Disciples have dances. I don't know if you've seen that.
It was only at the parties and stuff. But see, what happened down there is that may have been a Southern culture because y'all had those steppers that be in fraternities and sororities. So they may have how they got it. And so then,
Crip walk. They call it Crip walk. You see it with Snoop Dogg, Cali and them. They do that, but you know, just that step, how they do it, and it means something. Every step, every hand signal, everything means something, man. They know sign language, man.
and then what made so bad, we went through that period where the gangs was all about killing, shooting. Then by the 80s, as they started trying to act like they was family, when they started acting like they was family, that's when they used to go into the initiation where they beat your ass, you know. And okay, then by the 2000s, this is what tripped me out. This is what the kids taught me. Now I'm a teacher, but I always try to be down because see, when you teaching upper grade center and you teaching high school, you got to know what's going in the street. You got to know the slang because you know these are kids, and so some of the kids told me. The kids told me that by 2005, this is what started a lot of people not really joining gangs. It's by 2005, the gangs stopped being organized because a lot of times when you went in the county jail, if you was kind of young, the older gang members felt that you should service them, if you know what I mean. They should feel that you should give them a blowjob. You should give them a blowjob, or you should let them rape you because you was younger than them. Oh yes, you know. So then that was by about 2005. So you see this evolution of the gangs, and so then now you got, like you said, now you got a lot of guys around there raping people, you know, because rape is rape. Rape is rape. Because see, no matter what. Rape is a power play. You know, when you rape somebody, that's because you want to have power over them. Mm-hmm. And so then after 2010, see what happened is that in the 90s, you know, see all that drug shit, that was to put us into amnesia. And all those gangbangers, they was making that money. As soon as those black gangbangers started making all that money, they started busting them left and right, man. The jail was just filling up in the 90s. In the 90s and early 2000s, jails was just filling up. You know, because see, here was your problem, is that the average, when I learned in county jail that the average gangbanger, what happened is that when they went to jail, when they went to court, they would, in a sense, the judge would say, okay, your trial is in a year. And see, because these guys didn't have no other job, then after two or three weeks or a month, they back on the corner trying to sell some drugs. So the same policeman that caught them the other time, caught him the first time, they catch him again. And so see, when I was teaching at county jail, what I found is that I used to think the judges were racist, the judges was no good. But I started seeing that a lot of times the judges gave them a break, but they'll have so many cases. You know, by the time their court day came around, they have so many cases being caught the same way. And then, go ahead.
I was just like what you were saying. I was looking at it like that too. When I was in the hood, I seen a couple of my homeboys who would make all this money and then get locked up, and all the money that they made, they use it for lawyers to bail them out, the court fees, to get them free. So the cycle continues.
And then they take the money. Then they take the money you gave your mama to keep for you. They take
absolutely.
that money.
They take that money too. Yeah, they take all that. I've seen it as a cycle because it seems like they always get caught up in the seasons. So there's certain seasons when they make the dust, when they know that they're actually booming. I had a friend of mine, he was hustling hard, right? on Foreign Park, the laws, you had like a gate before the door, and so the laws couldn't open up the gate. They banged on the gate, so my homeboy opened up the door. A bunch of pit bulls was in there. The police told them to come out. My homeboy wouldn't come out. It was kids in there too. The lawman put his hands in there with the firearm and shot, and killed 2 of the dogs and put bullet holes all through the house. Off of drugs, because they was, bagging up, here's and there. But that was a friend of mine, and all his little homeboys that he had, they was kids, they was minors at the time. All of them got charges, and all them charges went on from them being misdemeanors to adults, and it changed their lives, man. So, man, that gang banging, that drug stuff, man, that's a big deal. And then by the 90s, up in Chicago, because I was in county jail, we had Spanish students too. But see, the Spanish students, man, like Humboldt Park, you might hear that on the news, Humboldt Park and all that. Humboldt Park was where the Mexicans lived. On the north side, you had the Puerto Ricans. And so what happened, man, is that in the Spanish neighborhoods, they had a different gang on every block. Can you imagine that? Every block, a different gang. I mean, if you walked over to the next block, you might get killed or beat up. That may be your last walk. Yeah,
that's right.
That may be your last walk. That's sad.
What happened is that as these gangs had the literature, then the gangs started becoming nations. The Blackstone Nation, the Black Disciple Nation. So then these people, they started acting like they was their own nation. Like their own country. So you couldn't go on.
Okay, so that's how you get the branches off from different groups that call themselves nations as well, where they and you mentioned the territorial aspect of things, where they become very territorial, especially over things that they do not actually own.
They don't own.
Ooh.
You in a neighborhood like if you live in the projects at 48 state, you in the projects. And you fighting for the thing. But if they catch marijuana, you and your mom and them kicked out the damn building. And people fighting and killing over block because this is my nation. And they really took it serious that they were different nationalities, that they was a whole different nation. Man, when I got in county jail, man, I saw brothers who grew up together. But they joined to get a different gang, and now they had to kill each other. One guy, the Spanish guy, he came to us and he said, y'all, can y'all get me out of the school? I gotta get back in the with population. I can't be in the school because they told me to kill my friend. You see, and so but see, they belong to different gangs as they got older.
I got you. I was gonna ask that, because if all them Hispanics on different blocks and they all zoned to a school, their kids, the adults hate each other.
But no, these were teenagers, man.
Right, the teenagers hate each other, but their siblings got to go to school together. They all under one roof, so you got gang activity in schools. Yes, so they took it from the block to the schools.
That's right. Like one day, this kid, he said, Dr. Winters. One day, he said, Mr. Winters. I wasn't a doctor then. He said, Mr. Winters, what would you do if I came up there and hit you? I said, I wouldn't do nothing, but if you came and hit me, I'd hit you. I'd smash your head up against the blackboard, and I'd hit you 5 times before you hit the ground. That's all, baby. That's all, baby.
Right. I know that.
Yeah. When I was teaching on the West Side, we had 2 interests. It was, drug dealing was really heavy on the West Side back then in the 90s. This is before I taught at county jail. So then the kids said, Dr. Winters, why do you have our chairs on an angle? Why you got them on an angle? I said, well, this is it. I'm up in the front, but see, let's figure that one of y'all try to take some money and don't turn your money in. I said, so then if somebody come to shoot you, they're gonna shoot you first, and I'm gonna be safe. I said, they said, what? You're gonna let them shoot us? I said, listen. I said, you out there gang banging?
Yeah.
I got to go home to my wife. I got a beautiful wife at home. I got to go home to my wife. So if y'all want to do that stuff, do. But then, man, what was interesting, they've had these nations, man, killing each other over damn. And then what happened is that after 2010, the gangs were all broke up. They didn't have any organization. It was just people fighting for their neighborhoods, killing each other over neighborhoods, man. And then on top of killing each other over neighborhoods, what made it so bad is that you had to buy your own product. See, before 2010, you got the marijuana by being part of the gang. But after 2010, you had to buy your own pack, and you had to try to sell it yourself to hustle up some money. So it was all messed up, man.
No front.
It's all messed up because everybody had to buy their own stash. And stuff.
Now you say there's the nations, then we go down from there. We got the gangs, and then we go down from there. Nation. So each gang is a nation. Each gang is a nation, and each nation are tribes.
Right.
These are pretty much tribes.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I'm asking because hey, I'm just asking a question. So, does it all link to each other? Because I'm trying to make it make sense, Baba. I'm trying to make it make sense.
Now see why you put the Indians and the gang.
Now you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they all think they belong to a different tribe, and they hate and kill each other. People they grew up together. People that went over. What used to get me was that some of these guys, man, they lived in the same hood, like you said. They went to the same school. They even went over each other's house.
Right.
They dinner, sat around the table with your mom and the rest of the family. Then later kill your ass.
Divided by colors.
Yeah.
Divided by the because I always looked at gangs as like KKK members because I'm like, man, these brothers will kill you before white. Like in Texas, you gotta go to their neighborhood. Go to their neighborhood to get killed. Where I'm at, you're in the neighborhood, brought into it, and you gotta fight for your life with your own people. And then you look at the news and you're like, cop killed a black dude, and I'm like, man, they around here tripping. The cops out there killing them, and they're out here killing us. What the hell going on? So you question that.
But back in the day, back in the 60s, the 70s, in the 60s, except for the riots, they didn't kill police. But it was usually in a sense the rioters that might, take a policeman's shotgun and shoot his ass. But by the in the 80s and the 90s, only the Latinos would shoot police. See, only Latinos would shoot police in Chicago.
So Latinos, they was. Remember I said down here the Latinos out here was kind of real crazy. They call themselves the Cholos, and I can see that. So they was out there killing police. It wasn't the black folks first. It was them killing the police.
Yeah, but see now after these video games, man, these young kids, man, they'll pop you in a minute. When I was younger, I might get smart with a gangbanger because I knew if I looked him in the eye, all I'd do is keep looking him in the eye, and he wouldn't shoot you as long as he could see your face. Yes, sir. But he'd shoot you in the back now, but he wouldn't shoot you if he saw your face. These kids nowadays, man, they'll blow your nose off, your head off.
Today, we will take a journey through the life and work of Dr. Clyde Winters,
a trailblazer in Afrocentric studies
and historical linguistics. It is a story of intellect, passion, and an unrelenting pursuit of knowledge. Early life and education of Dr. Winters.
His journey began in a family rich in culture and history.
His childhood was filled with books and influenced by his surroundings.
Laying the foundation for a future filled with discovery.
As he progressed through his academic path, Dr. Winters' passion for history and language grew. Mentors, courses, and early research projects at
Xavier University, Chicago, ignited a fire within him. He was not just learning, he was on a mission to redefine history. His academic career, Dr. Winters stepped into the world of academia as a teacher and a visionary.
His journey was marked by groundbreaking ideas and an unwavering commitment to truth. In Afrocentric studies, he challenged narratives, offering new perspectives on African history and culture.
His work in historical linguistics connected languages across continents, revealing untold stories of human history.
The legacy of Dr. Clyde Winters is written in the minds he enlightened and the historical narratives he transformed.
His journey is a testament to the power of knowledge and the unyielding spirit of exploration.
Are you saying back then, you think that the tribal wars wasn't as brutal as they are today as far as how the kids are taking it to the extreme, or would you say that, so you saying that it is more dangerous today? About the 80s. So the 80s on up, once the media. Okay.
This is it. About 66. After 66, when you had the Blackstone Rangers and the Disciples, and you can only join if you killed somebody, that's when it started getting bloodthirsty. And so then, then that was after that was with the hood, because you remember when I was growing up, kids always got together and they would hold down their hood, but it was mainly just for fun. Maybe a little fight, maybe throw rocks at each other, something like that. Throw rocks, things like that, But then when they were able to get the guns, and they just started blasting away, man. They started blasting away.
So in history,
when I went to college,
go ahead.
When I went to college, the white kids was saying, Clyde, why you keep going up and down alleys? I said, I got to know how to find my way back. They said, what do you mean find your way back? I said, I might be out. Some people might be after me. Man,
what?
Many a night, man, I thought I was going to die. Many a night I thought I was going to die. I thought somebody was going to kill me. That was the way it was. Them streets was a mother. I thought I was going to die before I was 21. The only thing I wanted to do was have some sex, have intercourse before I die. As long as I could have intercourse, and then I die okay.
What they say, high till I die, low till they smoke me, shit don't stop till the casket drop. Live fast, die young, huh? Yeah,
kids a bitch, but excuse me, I'm sorry, family. I'm gonna get off. I gotta get back to being more intellectual. These gangbangers,
you say?
These gangbangers
are serious.
Yes. They're very hyperactive, and they get into things that can really cause problems.
So now dig this. In Africa, back in the gap, let's say before all this was, let's go back to tribal. In tribal wars, were there massacres? Because when people do drive-bys, that's a massacre. That's a slaughter. I mean, they slaughtering people.
They didn't have massacres. Just like over here, see, Black Indians and Black Africans, they would always attack you from three sides. So you could just like over in Ukraine. Over in Ukraine, the Russians attack from three sides. So you can always escape, but they're going to blow your ass up while you escape.
They use a strategy.
They always gave you a way to escape.
Well, every nation had a strategy of defense. So they had a way how, just like how you can relate it to the Crips and Bloods now with the defense of drive-bys, where they'll catch you while you on your in front of your house, and they'll catch you slipping, and they'll light you up, when your guard is down.
But they got that from who?
Hey man, I'm thinking they got that from them.
The mob. Remember the mob?
Yeah, the mob. The gang. That's why we talked about the Italians when we talked about that with the gangsters. That's why I talked about the gangsters. So if we look at the who kind of took it to that next level of massacres or slaughters, it was the Italians. So let's bring it back to the pureness of it. So the tribal wars of the nations wasn't around there killing a land full of people for different.
In a way, I got it correct.
So they were.
Got it correct because we had to go to let's say the Tuscarora War. In the Tuscarora War, these were Black Indians. In the
Okay.
Tuscarora War, you see,
Mm.
the white man was mad at the Tuscarora, the Tuscarora down North Carolina, Mississippi, places like that, Florida. And so the Tuscaroras, so the white man, what he did is that it was 39 white men was able to go get 1,000 black niggas in another tribe, and then they joined that 1,000 Indians helped 39 white people to destroy the Tuscarora.
Something like the Confederate, where the blacks fought with the Confederacy to fight, the whites got them to fight with that war, with all that. So the white people, in a sense, you know what I mean?
But it was worse than that.
So this was worse. This was a manipulation game on fight them for them to get what they wanted. So they played the middleman in this war. Nobody benefit off of nothing.
But them.
They got the absolute benefit. Okay.
Right. See, and so that's how the white man took over America.
Well, that's why they say the white man word ain't shit, right?
That's right. And see, how's the white man taking over the black communities today? With the gangs.
Well, with the gangs and not keeping their word, like how you said, history repeating itself. The word is not being. I think, as I look at history, I think what black people are very upset with, and other folks ain't really tripping on, is white folks don't keep their damn word. They lie. They just lie right to your face and take your shit. And just really don't keep their word. They don't keep their end of the bargain.
But the gangbangers the same way, man. You brought up eyes.
Mm-hmm.
When I didn't notice that when I taught in county jail, it was an Indian teacher there from India. His name was Xavier. He said Clyde. He said look at that guy. I said, look at those eyes, and they called it dead eyes. And so when you see a guy that's got dead eyes, the eyes show no emotion. Most people's eyes will show happiness, joy, but these people who are killers, they eyes show no emotion. They call them dead eyes. Dead eyes. And
that's
so
right, that's right.
And that's why when you brought up, you said that you could look in certain people's eyes.
Right.
You could tell what they was all about. And so you may could feel that dead eye. And so and so see, just like the European use those Indians to fight against each other. That's what they do to keep the black community all stirred up. See, they create this unity because they went through a period in the 70s where some of the gangs wanted to go black power. They put them in jail. Jeff Ford, and some of the other ones got in jail during that black power mess. They put them in jail so they could keep the gangs stirring up trouble in the community. See, because if you got and so it's what did they do? Look at the cowboy movie. If you look at the cowboy movie, in the cowboy movie, what they do? They always kept the Indians fighting each other, so the cavalry and the rest of them could come in. See, when
is that true? When I want to take you to the Indians fighting each other, if they kept them drunk with fire water, is that true that they kept the Indians drunk with fire water to keep them fighting the same sense as they keep black FBA in the hoods now with drugs and alcohol to keep them? Go ahead.
They did the same thing with the brothers. That. Where do you think the term firewater came from? It didn't come from the red man. It came from the black Indian.
Right.
Because they give them that rum, and they go out. That's how what they would do. Is,
a war tactic.
Like the first Thanksgiving. The first Thanksgiving, in a sense, what they did in 1634. They wanted to get these Indians. What they did is that they come and stuff. And then when they went home, they attacked their village by 4 a.m. in the morning. They was all high. See.
That's like that movie that you seen with the black, what it called, Queen, the African Queen, where they went in and got them while they was that same way. Okay, so that's one of the techniques. Okay, got you.
That was one of the techniques. Also another technique was that was they always attacked from 4 sides. See, black people used to attack from 3 sides. So when you got tired of fighting, you could always leave. And so you could, because it was supposed to be chivalrous. But then with the white man, he started getting them used to conquering, capturing. Around what? I think at least 700,000 to 1 million black Indians were sold into slavery in Bermuda, Jamaica. See, the first Maroons in Jamaica, they was Aboriginals from here.
All right, now if they was from getting shipped to Jamaica, what port you believe?
What's that?
What port of United States were they getting shipped from? Like what region?
I think Charleston. Some of them from up in Massachusetts. Yeah, it didn't matter.
So this Massachusetts, so like Gulf? No, Massachusetts. Where we
Boston,
at?
all that type
Boston.
of stuff.
So this is Boston. Okay.
South Carolina, Charleston. They also would just go from other little ports. Wasn't no specific port.
There wasn't no specific port. Okay.
Right. The first triangular trade was a trade in getting black Irishmen from India, black Irishmen from Ireland, and bringing them down to North America and the Caribbean to work. That began in 1625, and then in 1634 was the Aboriginal trade where they would attack Aboriginal villages, mainly get the men and send the men over to Jamaica, over to Bermuda. See, that's why so many black people today got all these names like I'm Winters,
Right.
Your last name is Mod.
Right,
then,
Mod.
Winters property. See, because what happened is that most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time they would take the Aboriginal men and sell them to Jamaica, and so then they would take the Aboriginal women and put them on the plantation. It was already black Irish, black Welsh, and black Scotsmen on the plantation.
So was the black Irish? Did they have any history of tribal wars to indicate? No. So they didn't have So the black Irish really wasn't. They didn't have too much war with each other.
They lost the war against the British. They were Catholics. They was fighting the Protestants.
Well, before the white folks. So before the Europeans came along, was there history of tribal wars with?
So there were between the Catholic. You had the British fighting the Irish.
Uh-huh.
Both of them was black. Both of them was black now.
Okay.
Because the whites were serfs. The whites were serfs.
Uh-huh.
We were the ones owning the estates and shit.
Okay.
Cool. That's why you can look up that's why I showed my the crest. And so what happened is that they wanted. This is it. The Catholics had all the money,
Right.
The black Catholics had all the money. The black Protestants, they was coming up, but they was in business, and they said, "Hey, how can we get this damn money? Let's go take the shit from them."
Right.
So they killed the first time Oliver Cromwell fought him. He killed at least about 1,000.
Damn.
That was only 1,000, but he killed at least. By the time the war was over, they killed at least about 50 to 60,000 of them. See, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. The way that these people for money, man, it was all about money. It's all about money. And so to get back to it,
go ahead. Damn.
So you had all these black Irish men on the plantation, because they weren't worried about the Irish men bringing them to America, because they didn't know nothing about America, so they was gonna stay cool. So you had all these Irish men, and then you had all the Aboriginal women coming in. And see, that's why a lot of us, even though my mother and them were Choctaw, their last name was Hamilton. That's how we got all these surnames, because there was so many Aboriginals mating with the black Irish. So then when the black Irish and Aboriginals would run away from the plantation, they'd go back to their village, and then some of them, that's why a lot of us got names like you got these Indians. People saying, I'm an Indian, I'm an Indian, but they got a damn Scots or Irish name.
It's got an Irish name. So a lot of our names in America, like my family last name are the McCrays from Marshall, Texas. So
that's right. The son of the Crays.
See, son of the Crays. Teach me.
So that means that even though you may have Indian nationality, you also would have that Black Irish, because that's how they met up on the plantation.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then you had all these Black Irish and Aboriginals mating. Then when the sub-Saharan Africans came in, that's why we got our surname. Because no European gonna let you get that surname.
I don't think we understand how big Ireland is, man. I mean, for a lot of us to come from Ireland, yeah, man, we go hard. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Sister Shanice, she was trying to donate some blood. Sister Shanice was trying to donate some blood to somebody who had cancer.
Right.
And they showed that it was somebody in America that had the same blood. But see, now we know that was her relative.
Really?
But now we know why she was relative, because he probably one of those Black Irish that went to the Caribbean, and another brother or sister went to North America. See, so that's why it's deep. See, that's like we always been taught that every light-skinned brother or sister, your great grandmama had to be raped. No, they didn't have to have been raped, because they would some of them would have been already light-skinned. See,
right.
So then. But again, it's this whole idea of what the gangs do, is that the gangs, they go into this nationality. Because they go into the nationality, they ruin the neighborhoods. You know, they make it hard to really get together. I remember, and then what made it so bad is that a lot of people got out of prison. You know, they had 3 strikes. Then a lot of them walking around in their late 40s and 50s and gangbanging. What the hell is this? 40s and 50s and gang banging.
Well, industry gang banging, I notice, is different than street gang banging, because I never met a Crip that paint his nails, but I seen Snoop Dogg paint his nails. Mm-hmm. A lot of the Bloods, like Lil Wayne, he's a Blood. He call himself Damu, so whoop, he do all that. But when I talk to real gang members, they're like, nah, he got a pass. And he pays us for that protection. You ever heard about that? You ever heard about like Tekashi 5'9" is a Blood and or something like that, but he paid his gang members to keep them happy to claim their set that they put in the work for. All that murdering, all the KKK activities, he can now claim that status. So I seen a lot of that with the industry, because when I had a friend of mine, we was coming out with a bunch of music and a bunch of tunes, and I was letting him know that I don't want to be doing no gang banging, no gangster music. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, I lived it, but man, there's already enough people telling that story. So I want to tell something different. And he was like, well, shit, you gotta have some kind of, gang people behind you. Somebody got to be behind you, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what you mean? He said, well, that's how you open up the doors. It ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. So people in the industry see gangs as a way to get clout.
Yeah, but the whole point is that it's worthless clout nowadays. See, back in the day you had money behind you. But see, back in the day, it was money. It was money. Now it's no money.
No, it's an image.
Making the cash.
It's an image.
Just all messed up, So, but these gangs, they're destroying our neighborhoods. They're destroying our community because they don't know who they are and they don't know they're being used. Let me try to play something.
Shout out to Tons 5. What's up? What about Kill Patrick, he said.
What's that?
He said, what about Kill Patrick?
I don't know them.
I don't know what that is. All right. The Thundercloud. What's happening? B1, baby, B1. Broderick, Tails, what's up? Super Mike, what it do? B1. Go travel abroad. What's happening? Yeah.
Okay, let me play this.
They define themselves with now what they want to call themselves today. Yoshi, baby, the galaxy far. We heard the call, where we go, no turning back. We heard the call, where you is where they at. We heard the call, they set you up and set traps. We heard the call, they telling me to send them back. You heard the sound, I wouldn't treat a dog like that. Then why would you? Treat a human worse than that, and how could you? Put an animal before us, no trust. Let's go wild things among us. Crazy, my people distracted by Wakanda. Creatures teaching our kids not to think but wonder. So they wonder, unplug themselves from the cosmos, all drugs. Forgot who we were. Finders keepers, losers weepers. That's the law of the land. So you can kill the people, the swindle the people, and make them give up their land. And you can kill the culture and kill their knowledge and make them less of a man. And so many of my people fall for constructionism. No, not me. No. And I wanna claim you cause so much division. So much separation. I'm from beyond. Talking about the galaxy holds chaos. It's on Earth. Hey, everything trying to kill you is against you on this planet, right? Black man. Even where we from? Way beyond past the stars and the galaxy far.
See, this is the whole point. See,
I heard the call.
Here's the problem, man. Let me see. Here's the problem.
Huh.
But what Yoshi talking about, and I hope you make that a real album, put that up so you make so people come and get it. But here's the whole point: is that what Yoshi shows us in that video is that's the problem we got. The problem we got is that our community is too tribalistic. Our community is too much trying in a sense to fight each other, bring each other down. See, we should be trying to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. And see that's why Yoshi-Mod, the genius, that's why he's making this music. See, he's trying to get the music back where we can have a nice frequency. See, it's all types of frequencies of music. Why don't you explain to him why you made that video? It's a short. You can go to his for a little while and you can find it on his site. It might not be there for long, so check it out. But anyway, go ahead, Yoshi. Why'd you make that?
The reason why I made that is because of separation among us. So dealing with the learning from the Hotep community, I noticed that a lot of us was kind of stuck in Kemet, and we couldn't move out of that. You know, so we had a lot of people saying, nah, it's here, it's Kemet. Then I learned about the Olmec, and then that was a branch of people like stuck on Olmec and was like, nah, that's our history, we're the Olmec, and you know, and they kind of overdo it. And then I ran across indigenous people who are true. I mean, it is what they say, but they're the separation of what clan you from, what members are you from, what is this? Well, we're gonna fight for this, and in court I'm this, and I'm not black, don't call me black. And it's like a bunch of hatred I seen, and I seen a separation throughout all three communities, and it hurt me because we supposed to be united. Like, we got all that information up into here, and then we're like, no, I'm an Indian. Nah, we're all of this. All of this is us. I can't stop at one gas station. I got to go to the next one. I'm learning, You know, we're here right now in America, but we own stuff in Asia. Let's go to Brazil. Let's go to Canada. Come on. We could go to Australia. We owned this world.
That's right.
That's it. That's why I say I'm from beyond, because I'm tired of being a subject to these debates and battles about who we are and what we're claiming now. Nah, man, look, I got I got my son to feed. I got my wife to be here for, and I'm here to kick this knowledge to y'all and so y'all can receive it. Man, I ain't got time for division. I don't have time to be hating you and saying that I'm not with you and I'm against you and separating you because at one point in time you was on this land and this was yours and you owned it at one point in time. I got you. I'm here to make the content to put it out there for your kids to see. That song right there has no cursing. I do not own the beat to the song. So shout out to the beat maker for that song. That beat is well known all around the internet. It's one of them Afro beats. But the content that I did in that song, I didn't write them lyrics down. I did it straight from the soul. I just put what I wanted, how I felt, and how I felt was division. Can we be one? Why do we have to have division? That's why I wrote it, Baba Clyde. It and the visuals I put together, I used AI mixed with a little bit of CGI. I mixed that in, and it's up on Instagram and up on TikTok. It's the full song. I normally don't do that. To all my Patreon members, I want to thank y'all. Y'all subscribe to it. If y'all haven't subscribed just yet, but that's where you'll catch more full videos. But yeah, Baba, that's why I did that song, man. That was on my heart. That was on my heart right there. I don't like separation.
Family, you got to go to Yoshi-Mod's site and subscribe. We got to build this brother up. We want to get at least 10,000 supporters.
On,
we want to get 10,000 subscribers at least by June. We want to get 10,000 subscribers. Have your folk go there, check it out. I'm gonna see if I can play that one more time. It's okay.
Always dividing themselves, but they divide themselves with now what they want to call themselves today. It was only with black. Change it up. Yoshi, baby, we heard the call, where we go, no turning back. We heard the call, where you is where they at. We heard the call, they set you up and set traps. We heard the call, they telling me to send them back. You heard the sound, I wouldn't treat a dog like that. Then why would you treat a human worse than that? And how could you put an animal before us? No trust, let's go wild things among us. Crazy, my people distracted by Wakanda. Creatures teaching our kids not to think but wonder. So they wonder, unplug themselves from the cosmos, all drugs. Forgot who we were. Finders keepers, losers weepers. That's the law of the land. So you can kill the people, the swindle the people, and make them give up their land. And you can kill their culture and kill their knowledge and make them less of a man. And so many of my people fall for constructionism. No, not me. Holds chaos. It's on Earth. Hey, everything trying to kill you is against you on this planet, right? Black man. Even where we from? Way beyond past the stars and the galaxy far.
I love it so much.
I was wondering. I said, "Oh man, did he get did he get stuck on repeat?"
Yes, sir. I'm stuck. Man, that video is so beautiful. You know, music can make you do things. That song make you want to go out and, and fight. It makes you want to go out and grab some of them gangbangers and grab some of those Aboriginal brothers. What the hell wrong with you? Stop this disunity. Stop trying to fight each other. Come on, man. We won. We be one. We be one. And it is so cool. And I know, family, you heard this, and I know you want to go out and hear it. You got to go. You got to join this Patreon here.
Come on, y'all got to join. I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why I can't give it, like, put it out on Spotify. One of the reasons, like I said, I don't own a beat. Another reason is I don't do the numbers. The numbers lie. All right, them numbers be lying. You get a million streams, and the artists get what, $1,000 or so, even less than that. The numbers don't add up. You're giving that money to whoever controls the machine. So whoever controls the machine, get your streams, get the money from it. As an independent artist, you don't eat. Even as a artist in the industry, you barely eat off of that. Your money comes from performances. And right now, I'm performing, man. Look, we on stage right now. We live and direct. I'm with Baba Clyde right now, so I really appreciate everything y'all doing for me. And by y'all joining Patreon, that helps me out a lot, so I can put money into the AI systems, the craft, the different DAWs that I have to do. A lot of this stuff, the production, I'm the engineer. I take a lot of time on my day to do this, to even create the song, because it's on my mind, it's on my heart. I'm not doing it for anything else but to get this information out. So I really appreciate y'all big time. That's from the soul, for real.
Again, like I said, is that, Super Mike, Broderick, what up, though?
Peace.
The Thunder Sound.
Right, Rose.
All you guys that came in tonight, thank you very much for supporting this.
Yes.
And again, Tones feed.
Yeah, Tons. It's Tons 5 from Florida. I want to, if I could find him up on here.
Is that one of your homies?
Yeah, that's one of my homeboys, man. The brother do jury, man. He go hard. I would love to share one of his page over here, man. Let me see if I can find it. But the brother does like Olmec jury, like from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Man, the dude go hard. Let me pull it up right now. Let me see if I can pull this up, man. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. Man, y'all don't know who y'all be having in y'all audience, man. Y'all be having some live folks. Let me see.
This is kind of, I just wanted to say, go travel abroad. I recently had an experience that made me stop believing we can be one through willingness. The trauma of parasitic whiteness and self-centeredness is unsurmountable. Hope to believe again one day. I hope you do too, and it can. It can defeat you. It can hurt you, because I know that all of us have been hurt. I remember back in the day when I became a Muslim, or I became in Black Power. Do it for the brothers. Do it for the sisters. And then they're making money off of me, and I get ish. But see, that's right. One of the things. But at first you're very angry. At first you're very depressed. At first you feel down. But you have to reach a point where you say, I'm not going to allow that to hold me back. Go ahead, Yoshi.
Right on. Yeah. So let me show y'all this real quick. Share that screen for me. Right on. All right. So this is Tons 5. And y'all want y'all to check him out. He creates these, to help you out, like their spiritual necklaces, bracelets.
Okay.
Everything. Yeah. The brother creates. That's him right there. I'm getting a little personal in his IG, but you see these symbols that he got around his neck. A lot of this right here is stuff that he created. This is his Instagram right here. I want y'all to go and support that young brother. Look at this right here. He created this. He's a Smith. What you call that? With the torch and all. Like steel. He did this. This is out of metal. Brother created that. And he's also a drummer. I got a song with him. It's called, this is him right here, Tons 5. Y'all go check him out, please, man. Y'all go subscribe to my brother, man. Brother go hard. But me and him have a song together that me and him have done. And that's that song that I have, Great Divine. The music video that's on YouTube. I want y'all to check that out. Brother Tons 5 is in the he's the one rapping in that song on that video. I couldn't get him to come out here and perform it and put him on the green screen, but yeah. Great Divine was a video that was inspired by him, because listening to that verse that he put out, one thing that stood out to me in that song what he said is, everything that you need is inside. And the brother is FBA all the way. He's B1 all the way. Man, hey, shout out to you, brother. And keep doing what you do. And yeah, we're gonna play this video real quick. The beat itself is produced by I don't know, I can't spell that name, say that name correctly, but Elavy. So shout out to the producer. I do not own. Yeah, Elavy. Shout out to the producer who produced the track. Another one of these tracks I don't own. This song was not written. It was just something to throw out there from my soul, because I felt like at times you want to manifest what you desire, what you want the most. And what I wanted the most is my Great Divine. I wanted to see Amma. I wanted to feel the presence. I wanted to be in the waters of none. I wanted to come out of the dark, be in the dark, embrace the dark, be one, embrace be one, and unite. You know what I'm saying? And being that light that I am, to shed my creativity over just for y'all to see the vision. So yeah, y'all check out this song, Great Divine, with Tons 5 and Yoshi.
Show my divine, show me my true divine, and show me my true divine. And I ask you to show my divine, show me my true divine. Show me my divine, yeah. Show me my true divine. I couldn't face it. It's not basic. I can't replace it. No. So seductive. I wanna touch it. I often crave it. I only would light up for a reason. I know I will breathe it. I'm here for the season. Just give me a reason. I know I'm shining. I know I'm grooving. I know I'm moving. I know I was jamming.
And I'm lying and I'm feeling so divine. Real one ancestors on my mind. Gave me lemons so I turned them into lies. Alchemy got me shifted with the signs. Feel alive when I listen to the guides. Gut feeling never leave with my eyes. Got you up, got you down to the side. Everything that you need is inside.
I'd like for you to show my divine. Show me my true divine. show me my divine. Show me my true divine. I want you to show me my divine. Do you feel it too?
Thank you, Tons Five. Yeah, appreciate it, Baba Clyde. Yeah. Thank you, Amma. Thank you to the producer. Really appreciate you.
You know, like I said, is that family. We I know you guys probably saying, "What the hell going?" This is it. Then and now, we are a different breed. We trying to make and entertain you, and at the same time bring up some facts about the old days. Yeah. And the nowadays, you see, and I hope you guys learned something from today about gangs, and I hope in a sense that we can find some way to stop all this division and stop all this tribalism, because yes, gangs are none but another way the European is using to break up our community, separate us in our community, and we have to find some way to stop it. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Do you want to say something? Last word, Yoshi?
I want to thank you, Baba Winters. Really appreciate you. Thank Amma for you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for all the literature that you put out. I really appreciate you. So continue to do your work. Continue to strive for us. I mean, you're a motivation to me. I'm a millennial. Your words has inspired me to create music, create content, and create the visuals that I create. And if it wasn't for you, a lot of these people who are trying this division and trying to separate us wouldn't even get as far as they got without your information.
Thank you.
And yeah, that is an honor, because just like the most respected book in the world, a Bible, it can be used and mixed. Your work is beyond that level of it can be used for positive, and you can see how people can kind of use it to kind of create their own little funky stuff with it. But I'm happy to be here with you in the presence, right here with you. I'm happy that everybody is here with us, because we're here with the writer, the actual scholar himself, the researcher himself, here today. He ain't regurgitating nothing from anybody else's but his. This is him. This is a dude who broke down the Olmec language. This the brother who can read hieroglyphs. This the brother who knows languages, multiple languages, have written over 40 beyond books. The brother, I mean, I don't know what to say. My mother respect him. I let my mother listen to him, and she didn't even know who he was, and she was just tuned in for a whole hour. So the truth is there. This is something that you just don't hear here. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your soul. Thank you to Sister Shanice for the classes that you got, that you and Baba is putting out, and for your audience support. And you have the whole across the pond backing us up, on the truth. I really appreciate that. Thank you for Amra, the world-renowned drummer. Thank you across the pond. You really helped me out and gave me the motivation I need to put my craft together and keep it going. It ain't hard being B1. but sometimes it get a little lonely, you know. But when you have somebody like Dr. Clyde Winters on your side, and you can always go to his replays, especially if you become a Patreon member. He helped me out so much when I am a Patreon member. He helped me out so much because in his presentations, not only do he break it down for us visually, but he send everybody a PDF. So you can take that knowledge on and to use it however you please to empower what we're doing with B1 is putting us first. So I love that. I use a lot of his content in the PDFs so I can create the songs, so I can get my facts right. It's more like a fact check for me. I know that this brother has put in years of his life. He always tell me his wife would not let him do what he do if she was around, you dig? So he understands the importance of family, and he understands my family. My wife would not allow me to do this if I wasn't generating income. And the income that I'm generating, thanks to my Patreon members, you got off my back. You got off my back. You got off my back, y'all. I'm able to write a tune, man. Look, hey, I'm able to get in that studio and get this keyboard right. Yeah. So thank y'all. Because of that support, I'm able to sit in here for multiple hours and create original content just for y'all. And I just want to thank everybody out there. I want to thank my mother. I want to thank everybody out here that Karen, chemistry, everybody out here, Go Travel Abroad. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Sister Shanice, thank you. Like I said before, thank everybody. I really appreciate y'all. And remember, B1, if it ain't B1, man, you done. You cooked. You in the goddamn meat frying pan. It gotta be B1. Put us first and remember who you are. Yeah. Do know that B1 is not a group. FBA, what do you say? FBA is not a group, it's a lineage.
Right.
It's a lineage. Right. Real truth brought to you from the beginning. Tribal origins, go organs. We spread it like wildfire. Yeah. I'm proud to be connected to the main source. I'm proud of this. If you're not proud to be connected to the main source, then how you gonna think beyond? Yeah. How you gonna go beyond all this? You get stuck in these chapters where you're confined, and what we call that is being stuck on a shelf. I'm tired, like we said, we're tired of being a slave, man. I'm tired of being taught stuff that people have put their opinions on. I need factual, actual, and this brother right here, I'm next to the plug. Y'all want to know who the plug is? Man, I'm next to the plug right here. Yeah, call up the cartel. Yeah, call up CIA. I'm next to the real brother is pure cut. You can't break. You gotta, hey man, brother pure cut. Raw, pure. We want pure information. We don't need nothing that's been tainted and see. Nah, brother is pure. So, hey, thank you, Baba Clyde Winters. I want to thank you so much, man.
Well, thank you for those nice words and stuff. And
for sure,
because the thing is this is that, it's for real. I don't like hypocrites. I don't like. I'm not. If I find out you two-faced, I'm not going to touch you. And see, but the thing is this is that you got to be an example. I want to be an example. I try to be an example. You see, if I let somebody down, I pray that I don't let you down. And Rose Mitchell, you're absolutely right, Rose Mitchell. I hate there's so much division in the family fold. Yeah. Knowing we fixing to get things back on track and the whole vibe is going to change, we need unity now more than ever. B1, yeah, that's the truth. You're right, Rose.
That's the truth.
You're right, Rose. That is the truth. We need to get together. But the only way we can get together is to do things. See, I'm trying to, they say hip hop is dead. And the reason they say hip hop is dead is because of the fact, in the sense that we don't have any real support. We don't have any real support.
No.
That's why I like bringing Yoshi music up, because see, this music is something you can listen to. This is music that you can get a groove to, and it's music that can make you think, and that's what it's all about. next week we're gonna talk about dating, then and now, and
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about what it was like, because I think that's something we need to talk about. Because see,
Yes.
a lot of brothers nowadays, they feel that just because they take a woman on a date, they're supposed to have sex with them. What is this? That's some bull. That's some bull, Nobody want to marry a hoe, but we want to make hoes. We want to make baby mamas. So you join us next week. Join us next week. We're going to talk about dating. Join me on Thursday. I'm going to talk about, I Ain't Black. And I Ain't Black is going to deal more with what we were talking about tonight in terms of this division. This fact that nobody want to be black, everybody against each other. Again, thank you guys for showing up. Yoshi-Mod, thank you for giving us this nice music. And next, who knows what you might hear next week. But I guarantee it's gonna be a stone cold. It's gonna be stone cold.
You already know it.
It's coming from the genius, baby. It's coming from the genius. The genius. Everybody have a good evening. Good night.
Asheo. Peace.
Asheo.
Asheo.
Yeah, right now, it's time to wrap everything up, you dig? Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Yoshi and Dr. Clyde Winters, Then and now. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody, all y'all support. Y'all like, subscribe, and share this, you dig it? Yoshi. You've been invited to the dinner now. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the dinner now. Yeah, Dr. Clyde Winters in the Yoshi-Mod. Intro, outro to the dinner now. We gon' see it, so have dinner now. Yeah, raise your head while I put them down. B1 on that dinner now. FB8 on that dinner now. FBB on that dinner now. It's all about unity on that dinner now. My indigenous folks on that dinner now. All my Africans rise on that dinner now. Rise up on that dinner now. And don't forget to subscribe to dinner now.